Hello, hello. How are we, guys? I hope everyone's having a good day and everything is all right. Today marks 1 year anniversary of my accident where I unfortunately became an amputee. Um, yeah, a lot of mixed emotions about today. Yeah, sort of been up and down most of the day, just trying not to think about sort of what happened. Um, I suppose when I think about it, this time a year ago, I was I'm in Canberra Hospital, and yeah, I didn't think I'd get this far from the initial accident. So yeah, it's crazy how far I have come, I suppose, and I can sort of see that now, um, and just from being in Canberra, um, they said expect to be in hospital for 6+ months. I think the initial sort of conversation was, and I was home at Christmas. So yeah, what was that, under 3 months? I think it was, and I was home again. So you've got to be pretty happy about that, I suppose. The nurses and stuff definitely were. Yeah. I couldn't stay in hospital. I mean, the hospital food was absolutely rubbish. They were definitely understaffed. The services weren't very good. No sort of mental health service or really anything like that. Yeah, I was basically just another number there at the hospital, and yeah, it was crap. It wasn't very good at all. Um, I know they were trying to do their best, but yeah, just it's no good. I don't know how a person can sit there, for months on end, eating the rubbish and just listening to the crap, and expecting to get better. Like, you had people just with normal old, say, like a broken bone, broken hand, or a leg or something, whinging and bitching, for all this stuff that they didn't get. And, I just sort of bit my tongue and, didn't say anything and just, went along with it, I suppose, and just, yeah, did what I could and just, yeah, I just, from day dot, I didn't want to stay there. Yeah, that's what it was. It was just crap. Away from the kids, away from family for a couple of months. It just does no one any good at all, I suppose. So yeah, I was discharged. I think it was just before Christmas. So yeah, went in today year, so 20th of October, and was discharged a couple of days before Christmas. So yeah, I mean that's pretty good, I suppose, especially with all the bullshit as well. Like I had, they discharged me. We got, say 10 minutes down the road, and then they rang me saying, look, there's been a complication or whatnot, or someone stuffed up. There isn't actually a bed for you back in Young. You have to come back. Yeah, that was, pretty rough, I suppose. No one should have to do that or go through what I have and going through. I suppose, and then so yeah, got here, yeah, just for Christmas. Um, and then basically wheelchair bound for a further 6 months or so, before my first prosthetic was made and fitted and stuff like that, and all the crap. Being home was good. I mean, around the kids again, around family and friends and stuff like that definitely helped. But it was still, very very lonely and just yeah, it wasn't a very good time. Even being at home, even though it was good, wheelchair bound, not being able to walk and just yeah, probably drinking a bit too much, and it was just a coping mechanism, I suppose. Then I'd just get on the piss every day, just drink and just that sort of helped me deal with it. I mean, it isn't good for anyone because you drink and then your thoughts you have aren't necessarily good because you half cut or whatnot. Yeah, so it definitely brings on moods that probably shouldn't happen. And yeah, I mean, it was still definitely hard at home. Like, yeah, I mean, from then and to now, I still, wake up and have the thoughts of, like, here we go again. I've got to do the same shit, and put up with, all the pain and stuff like that I do put up with for, well, now it's the rest of my life. So, yeah, it is very daunting, but family and friends, I suppose, have been the big help. Just trying, just being there for me, even though I didn't want anyone there. Maybe in the earlier days, I just sort of wanted to, I don't know, dwell on it myself, and yeah, I suppose that isn't good for anyone. When you feel like shit and whatnot. So I suppose that's one of the hardest things was going from such a happy bloke, fit, loving life pretty much, to like heavily depressed, anxiety, or the lot. And yeah, I didn't really understand sort of depression or anything like that before this. And it probably has to be the most lonely and isolating thing I think you can have and deal with, because you're your worst own enemy in your head. Everything's against you. No one likes you or whatnot. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so that was really hard. So, I mean, people sort of look at me now and, they don't know. I suppose we don't know what anyone goes through behind closed doors. And, yeah, it's just, you've got to try to be kind to everyone now, sort of realise that, everyone fights their own battles and has their own demons, but, we still get up and do what we got to do at the end of the day. And, yeah, so I think the big turning point was probably going back to the gym. I think that has really helped me in my recovery, mentally and physically. I can just, put my music in for however long I'm there for, an hour, 2 hours, or whatever it may be. Just block the world out and just, focus on myself and just doing that. So, yeah, that's a really big part of how far I've come, I suppose, is the gym. And I really do urge people to go and sign up to a gym. Take a couple of mates, don't go by yourself if you don't want to or whatnot, but it does wonders. It really does. It takes a while to see results, or, for you to notice anything, or to think, oh, well, I'm doing this for no reason. Well, you're not. You got to build on everything. I've been going for, I don't know, probably three, maybe 4 months now, and sort of only just realising, or it's starting to show now, the wonders it really does to you. So yeah, it's really good. So I've kind of really got to start looking after myself, like health wise and mentally and stuff now. So like I will often turn down going drinking or whatnot, because I'd rather go to the gym and work on myself, or take the kids somewhere and do something, rather than sit there and get on the piss and just, basically just waste money and fucking, it's not doing much for you or your health getting on the piss, So, yeah, that, in saying that, it's sort of a bit sad, I suppose, to me, because, like, you don't get invited out as much, because, you're most likely to turn down going out, because these days everyone seems to have fun, or, associates fun with drinking. So, like, if you're not drinking, you're not having fun, where I don't think that's how it is. I know it is a lot for younger people and stuff like that, which, yes, and, earlier days, I used to love getting on the piss every weekend, which now, just yeah, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. So yeah, really thankful for the wife and kids. They have probably been the biggest factor for me. Sort of yeah, coming home and seeing them smiling faces and stuff like that. To them, I'm still dad, and that's at the end of the day, I'm still a husband and a father, and the show must go on. Like it cannot just stop here, and yeah, it just I can't do it. I have to keep going, and that's the hardest thing I think for me is telling myself to stop, even though like I want to push myself to see what I can do now. It may indeed hurt me, but it's me and my brain telling myself to stop. Like you might get hurt or you're doing too much. The wife often says, "Look, when you go to the gym, take it easy." Blah blah blah. And she knows full well that I can't, and that's sort of just how it is. And I suppose that's why my recovery has been pretty good, I suppose, or gone this far because of how determined I am to see this through. To push the limits, to see what I can really do, being an amputee. And yes, I still have bad days. I'd say every day. There's still moments of the day where I don't want to do anything. I think still dwell on why did it happen to me and all that kinds of stuff. And it does, like I said, it does nobody any good, just dwelling on it and being depressed and shit. And I know a lot of people do go through it. Like it's very common. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people probably wonder what goes on, or how I am coping for me, to smile every day and to be happy and to get on and do what I do. Because just talking to like a few people, just saying they don't think they could do what I was doing now or down the track. And to begin with, I didn't think that either. Like hospital, I thought I probably won't get out of hospital, to be honest. Like sort of what to do there. Having the nasty suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. As you do, I think it's just the environment you're in and just the stages of recovery. So I think I still get I still get angry just sort of thinking about it, and the ifs and whats and what could have been done and whatnot, but that's in the past, so I can't do nothing about that now. I still have a future. I still have a future. So there's, I'm still here. So I'm still here to tell a story, which is probably the main thing. What else? I can slowly see now. The more I'm doing, I see. So the more I'm doing is good because, the limits that I want to do, I am sort of getting there. And I think it's the realization that it's now what I can do rather than what I can't do. So just doing stuff around the house, blah, 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 just trying to be as normal as I can. And then on the other hand, it's, going through all the pain and all the bullshit and pushing through everything just to do day-to-day stuff, like lower back pain, feet pain, toes, ankle, you name it, it's there. So and it's, I don't know, there's a point where I don't even want to take the drugs and the medication. Like that gives me the shits too, but it does help, I think. And there's more things to trial, and then it's just trial and error. So I think probably one of the big things was too is me being so of me being fairly fit beforehand and sort of sitting in hospital and watching myself deteriorate basically, and just watching my muscles just shrink and stuff like that, to now at home, I've put on a couple of unwanted kilos as it seems. I suppose it's natural that I can't do quite as much as I could beforehand. But it's just it's trying to find the balance of doing too much or doing not enough, and just trying stuff out. But gym and trying to diet and here and there and just trying little things like that does help. Like you said, you can't change. Rome wasn't built in a day, so you definitely can't change overnight. And just there's definitely things to work on there. So if anything, I think I look forward to the challenges ahead. I know it is very scary for myself, because then there's the thoughts of like kind of financially and job wise, what am I going to do now? Like I was at the abattoirs for a good 10 years kind of thing, so that's a good chunk of my life and sort of what I was doing there. I enjoyed the job and whatnot, and that kind of shows for someone to reach out and get me back down here to to take up the position again. And so that's kind of a hard thing too. So we, sort of bit the bullet and thought, yep, we'll move down here to basically improve ourselves, improve our life, improve the kids' life, because as a parent, I suppose all you do is try to hope that your kids have a better upbringing, a better life, better future than what you have. And I suppose that's the main goal of parenting, I suppose, or is what I seem to take out of it. So it's a little bit disheartening that we moved down here, and I think it was only about 3 months or so, sort of the accident happened, and then the shitstorm happened, and then sort of here we are today. So sort of just, I don't know, it's difficult. I don't sort of like to air out my problems or anything like that too. But I suppose it's sort of why I started the YouTube thing, just to look back on days when, I'm not feeling the best or whatnot, and can look back at the progress that I am sort of at now. I suppose I've got to give myself a bit of a pat on the back, because I'm probably a little bit hard on myself in a way, because just how things are. But I can see that I have been doing pretty damn well. Just a few remarks here and there from family and friends, and just even strangers, like if I wear jeans, for instance, they probably wouldn't even know I had a fake leg. That, and just people in the gym just saying you're an inspiration type thing. They don't know how I'm doing it, and going ahead with it and sort of getting on with it. But that's at the end of the day, there's no choice. There's no option for me to quit, because I have a beautiful wife and the 3 kids to that they rely on me, I suppose, in a way. I'm still I still have to take care of them, and there's a lot of family and friends that would do anything for me, and it sort of has shown over the last year or so as well. And it's just, I don't know, it's just weird that sort of I sit at home and think things have changed, and it does get tough sometimes, and that's sort of why I think the drinking and stuff just doesn't help the mindset, I suppose. So we get up and go to the gym or whatnot, and it makes me feel good. Like it gives me hope, and I can see myself improving, which it wouldn't be doing so if I sat on the couch and drank or did that. But I mean, shit, I still like to go out and have a drink or two. Like, don't get me wrong, that's still good. But it comes down to, how am I going to feel the next day? Am I going to be shitty? Sometimes the medication stuffs with the drinks, and I get, rotten or whatnot. So then there's still the fear there in the back of my mind that, oh, pardon me, I'm going to, fall over or have a trip and then, back to a wheelchair or something like that, which is, absolutely dreadful. I don't want to, do that at all. And then, I don't know, I'll be, just sitting there and dozing off, I suppose, and just sort of dreading the future a little bit because, it's not going to get much easier as I get older. Age isn't anyone's friend, I suppose, even if you're an able body or not. So I suppose there's definitely going to be more complications up the road that I'm not looking forward to at all. And I suppose that's the main drama, is just, what the future does hold. It's definitely tough. And I do not wish this on anybody. It doesn't matter what you've done or whatnot. You shouldn't, have to go through this. But, here I am, and that's, the other part of, thinking why me or whatnot. A lot of the time too. So I don't know. I mean, we definitely can and will get through this. The other thing is, I suppose, the help. Like around the house and stuff, we had basically nothing. Like, we had a clean every now and then type thing, and like the lawns got done, I think, once, and that was about it. So I sort of took it on to myself to just, not worry about other people and just be self-dependent again. I think that's probably one of my main things, is just be self-dependent. So got my license back there a couple of months ago, which is good, so I can drive around, do the school drop-offs and stuff like that, and it actually sort of makes me feel half normal, going out in public is not too bad. I'm always in shorts and stuff now. Little kids sort of stop and stare and freak out and sort of look and, mummy or daddy, look, and it doesn't really bother me, but in saying that, it's still not nice to do that. So, I don't know. It's just a year on is a big step, but if anything, it feels like I've had my leg, or I've been a amputee for a lot longer than a year, considering I've only had my leg for about 6 months. I've only been back to the gym for roughly 3 or 4 months. And the improvements are outstanding, so I can see that. And the shitty days, I suppose, will always be there, but it's just, trying to manage it and just get on with it. I think I am pretty headstrong in that manner, and just, if I've set my mind to something, like, I can do it. So I don't know really what else to say. There's probably a million other things to say that'll come to me. Probably should write it down, I suppose, and have it here next to me, so I can sort of read the thoughts and that. But like I said, I don't like to really air it out much, because, everyone's got their problems and demons, and mine's just I'm just another person. There's nothing special about me. I don't know. I suppose we'll get through it, I guess. But job wise is another thing too. Like, the future is a little bit uncertain. I don't know what I'm going to do. Obviously there's a job there for me at work, if I do, or if I want to or not go back. That's a long story there, so I won't get onto that. But I mean, I would really like to work with amputees and people like that in situations like mine, because I really think I can lift them up and you know, just help them. I mean, it's not like I can't say, well, they can't say, you know, what do you know because you haven't been there. You know, I've been through hell and back, basically, and I'm still here to tell stories. So, if anything, it's made me stronger. I've found strength probably in myself that I didn't think I'd have, and yeah, I actually do surprise myself and probably deserve a bit of a pat on the back from me, and just try not to be so hard on myself, because you know, the good and the bad, you know, the bad days, the good days, they all come at once, type of thing. And yeah, we just got to wake up and kick this life thing in the butt and keep going. So hopefully I get see how I go for getting a blade foot shortly. Just one like you see on like the Paralympic people that run and stuff like that. So I think that'd be pretty cool just to get out about, sort of waterproof, you know, you can wear it sort of anywhere, easy to maintain. Stuff like that would be actually very good. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely an experience, and you know, I don't know. It could always be worse, I suppose. That's probably how I think of it. And oh, you probably can't see that. Oh, no, can't do it. Anyway, so I've got my first tattoo, which is one day at a time. So that's sort of, you know, the motto we're sticking by. And that's sort of, I do think about that a lot too. When I'm having a shit day, I think, you know, do the day, go to sleep, you know, wake up, tomorrow's a new day, and just keep going and take it one day at a time. And I suppose that motto applies to everything. I suppose just not my situation. Relationships, you know, or a breakup, you know, deaths, work, getting fired, financially, just anything, you know. Yeah, so the motto is, and we will stick to, one day at a time, guys. So yeah, ODUT all the way. And yeah, thank you, and sorry for the long video. There's heaps of other things that I could say, I just don't know. But yeah, thanks guys. Alright, so I thought I'd just show you sort of what I'm dealing with from day to day, being 1 year today. And yeah, but yeah, obviously this is the amputation leg, and the big skin graft there was taken from my belly and put on the side. So normally an amputee will have sort of a cut, and then the flap or the skin graft will just sort of, you know, be nice and sort of tucked over it without any sort of major issues or stuff ups. But I'm guessing, you know, they did this to save as much as my leg as they could, and you know, I'm very thankful for that. But yeah, I'm left with a pretty nasty skin graft and stuff now, and like all these little, you know, knobs and stuff here on the end, they're all still really sore. And yeah, a lot of phantom pain and stuff like that. Like yeah, if I'm moving my muscles like sort of like that, it'll and I've got my prosthetic on, I can feel it in my fake foot, which is weird. And it's sort of, you know, a scratch actually does help. But so, you know, the last little while, if I move my toes, like, see all these little muscles that are starting to come back. So all the little, you know, definitions in it. So it's pretty cool. I'll straighten it out and tense my calf muscle. See, like, yeah, it's pretty nuts. And it's pretty rock hard, really. Like, yeah, so. And then onto the foot. So, basically when my foot, like my foot was smashed, shattered. So it's basically like my bones are fused, and like my big toe, I can barely move my big toe. I had a pressure injury on this toe, and I've lost my toe now. So yeah, that's a bit of a bugger. So my toes are like crabbing over, I think, whatever they call it. But yeah, so they're sort of tucked under each other, and it's pretty difficult to walk. It's like I'm walking on my tippy toes, really. So yeah, hopefully a splint or something I can wear in my shoe will help that, or or surgery would be the other option. So I had a splint in there. That's sort of what gave this toe a pressure injury, which is shit. But yeah, and so the side of my foot. So that's the other big skin graft, and sort of lost most of my ankle bone and whatnot. So sort of not much movement there, and it is very sore when I do sort of move it. So I can't really move it side to side. I also got to sort of move my whole leg to move my foot, and yeah, toes move a little bit in and out, but it's more like the whole leg trying to move when I move my toes. Yeah, so yeah, that's that. And you know, a shitload of stitches and yeah, stuff into there. My calf muscle, there's a scar all the way around my leg, which basically was where like my calf muscle was hanging like off the bone. So yeah, it was pretty nasty as well. Just a bit of a scar across my knee where it got caught and smashed. So yeah, that's, you know, just another thing to put up with. And then a big scar on the thigh, which was a skin graft, which that's like stuffed all my nerves. Like half of it's either numb or really sensitive, and that's like the most of my foot, most of my leg and foot. It's either, you know, I can feel lots or I can't really feel much at all, which is good and bad. But if I stand on something and, you know, it makes me bleed or something or other, I mightn't feel that, and I might keep walking for the whole day and yeah, not really feel anything. So it's a bit of a drama, but yeah, a year on now, so I'm just trying to get on with it. And yeah, let me tell you, it's not bloody easy, but you know, I'm just getting on with it. This is my life now, so I've got to put up with it and yeah, do the best as I can. So yeah, here's to another couple of years, and yeah, I thought I'd just give you a look, sort of try to explain it, what I'm dealing with. So yeah, not very easy, but hey, I'm still here and yeah, still kicking. So yeah, thank you.